What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Fuck, Sports Center's on. Okay. Sorry, Sports Center's on, and I think you guys can hear it if the volume's turned up, so we're just gonna turn it down. Okay, welcome back to my channel, guys. My name's Nikki. I just come on here and do wig reviews and talk about things that are happening in my life or sports. I do talk about sports a lot, but this is gonna be my last wig review that I post before I get my hair redone again. So I'm going on vacation with one of my best friends, and I really wanted to try like faux dreadlocks, and I've been really wanting to like try it for like a year now, and then I work up almost a little bit of nerve to like go find somebody. Then I would try and find somebody to do it, and I would get discouraged because I would feel like the product that I was seeing, I couldn't find anybody who could realistically do it within their surrounding areas where I live. So then like it would get put on the back burner, and then I would get, you know, I get amped to try it up again, and then I don't know, I'd get working or I'd get busy, or I just, you know, it just dropped in terms of the relevance in my life and importance and priority, just dropped. But because I was going on vacation, I didn't want to, you know, take any wigs to the ocean and risk them falling out and floating away and ruining them, because they're really nice, and I love my wigs. I really do. I don't want to take them to get wet and ruined in the ocean. I really don't. So I was going to go get faux dreadlocks. I got them, and I was not happy with them at all. So 72 hours after getting my faux lip dreadlocks installed, I snipped them out. Took scissors to them, cut them all out. So tomorrow I'm going to get my hair done, and I'm just going to get like Senegalese twists, which I've had twice before. So, you know, it's a style that I like. It's a style that I know looks good. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to try the faux dreadlocks, but, you know, it's just, that's just not the way the cookie crumbled, which is fine. I'll be okay. I would like to eventually try faux dreadlocks again. I don't want to say this time put a sour taste in my mouth to where I never ever want to do it again, but I tried it and I was not happy with the results. I was not happy with the way the person who did it ended up doing it on me. And it was just not a great experience with it. So, you know, maybe in the next like year or so, I'll continue to do research. I'll continue to ask around. I'll continue to see if there's, you know, people by word of mouth that I can go to, or, you know, if not, it just wasn't meant to be. And that's totally cool. That's fine. It happens. I have my twists, and the lady who does my twists, she's phenomenal. Okay, so this is going to be the last wig review before I get my Senegalese twists in, and when I get those in, I'm just going to basically be coming on here and just doing talks about things in the sports world, or sports pop culture world, but like basically sports world. Let's say, so this topic that I'm going to talk about today. Well, first of all, the wigs that I'm going to be reviewing, it's another oldie but goodie, guys. And it's a straight one. This is Jaylani. This is her stock card. I got her in 2. This is her. I got her in the color dark root chocolate cream and 1. Cool. So I got like a little bit of a highlighted one and just like a complete natural straight uniform 1 color look. Jaylani is she's from the Outre Perfect Hairline collection. She's right along with Geneva, with Laurel, with Ella. Like this is that perfect hair. Charisma. This is from that same collection. So you've got the faux scalp, which I'm going to cut out one in 1 unit, and then another unit I'm just going to leave it in, I think. Maybe. It just depends on how long this video gets. But we've got 2 combs, just traditional up top right there, and then 1 comb at the bottom. We've got a band, and then we've got our adjustable straps. Now, typically, the Perfect Hairline collections run big. I've got a really small head, but even with the straps adjusted, it's still big head friendly. So, but again, This unit dropped literally like a year ago, so I'm pretty sure if you care about wigs or you keep up to date in what's new in the wig world, you have already reviewed this unit. So I'm doing it just because, again, it's just a unit that I wanted to try. I don't really go for straight units. If you know me and my channel, straight hair is just not one for me. I very, very, very rarely do a straight unit on this channel. I probably should do them more just because it's good to get a variety. But I think I've done 4 straight units on this channel, this one included. The It's a Wig Endless that I just did. The Ncaa unit that I did, it's purple. That was one of like my first or second videos, way, way back. Florentine. That was one of like the third videos I did ever on this channel. That's a red unit. And this one. So I really do not do a lot of straight looks. I'm not saying I don't like myself in straight looks, but I just feel like when I was younger, I was so just like blinded by the fact that I thought like the only way to achieve beauty was to have straight hair. And so once I left like the high school environment and stuff like that and started to really branch out on my own, I ran in the opposite direction of straight hair. And I was just like, whatever I do, no matter what, I'm not gonna have straight hair. I'm gonna figure out how to feel beautiful, feel the best version of myself without having straight hair included in that. So I just wanted to get away from that whole like mindset, stereotype, like lifestyle that's, I feel like, was so prominent in suburbia, especially in Caucasian suburbia, where it was just like straight, pin straight, damaged your hair so much because you ran a flat iron over it. Straight hair was like the hierarchy of like social acceptable looks was to have like pin straight hair. That was it. And I was like, screw that. I'm gonna go figure out how to be beautiful without straight hair. So now that I've successfully found a way to like feel the best about myself without straight hair, I sometimes go venture back into do straight units. Sometimes. Okay, that was a nice little spiel. But Jaylani's super cool. So I'm gonna try on Dark Root Chocolate Cream, and we're just gonna continue on this video. So everybody knows, especially if you pay attention to sports, the fact that Lia Thomas is a transgendered woman. She was born a man and she has transitioned to a woman. And she is a swimmer. And she placed, I think, first place for the meet that she was in a couple days ago. And a lot of people are saying it's just ridiculously unfair because she was born a male. And even though she has transitioned and taken all of the necessary steps and has been cleared by the NCAA and has had her body tested, has had her hormones tested, her win is not, it should not be considered a win. It's tainted. It's not fair. I just want to preface this before I go into how I feel, because sports has been such a part of my life. I played basketball for 15 years. I do want to preface this statement, and oh my God, this is so big head friendly, it's a joke. A joke. I do want to preface this by saying I don't care, gay, straight, trans. What you do within the walls of the home that you pay bills for is between you and whatever God you may or may not believe in. I I celebrate everybody. I don't dislike anybody. I don't judge anybody. So I am not on here to be disrespectful, to be rude, but I feel like as a former athlete, well, I have the right, everybody has the right to voice their opinion. I'm just going to come on here and just be respectful about it, not be crude, not be crass, but I really want to put my voice out there because, again, I played sports for almost half my life. And I'm also raising a woman. Well, she's not a woman. She's hopefully going to be a woman, but she's a baby girl. And should she decide to have sports be the avenue she takes, I would have some feelings about this as her parent. So again, this is not a hate bashing thing of any sort. Who you are, the steps you've taken to become the best version of yourself, that's great. I'm happy for you. I hope you're happy in your personal life. I really do. But I do have some issues with this. I really do. Leah Thomas, from what I have read and researched, she was a male, like was living as a male less than 4 years ago. And she was an athlete, a male athlete 4 years ago, and the past 15 to 20 years before that. And it's odd to me because I used to think delusionally that the University of Alabama, those football players there, they would just like destroy the other college athletes, their peers that they would play against in football. And I used to tell my friends, like, oh my gosh, you could take any of these University of Alabama football players and put them in the NFL, or you could take the whole University of Alabama as a team. I was like, play them against anybody. Play that team against anybody in the NFL. Like, University of Alabama, their football players are so good. You could take that whole University of Alabama football team and put them in the NFL, and they could beat any NFL team. That's how good they are. I used to say stuff like this, like ignorant stuff like this. And my male friends would laugh and be like, Nikki, what are you talking about? Like, they would get destroyed in the NFL. Like, you're talking about grown men who are playing in the NFL, who have grown men strength, who have built their bodies up as grown men. They would all laugh at me and be like, Nikki, you take any college football team and put them against players in the NFL, they would get laughed off the field. It would, like, put them against the worst NFL team. Take the Cleveland Browns. You take those grown men and you play them against this badass University of Alabama football team, they would turn them into a laughing stock, because the body build of a professional man is so beyond extensive what a college athlete could do, even though they're of the same sex. Can you imagine if this was a different sex? Can you imagine if this was the female sex? Like, I don't understand how. I'm not bashing you, Leah. I'm really not. This is not a bash against you, but I don't understand. Like, I was reading something on researching her story, and it was saying that, like, her muscle mass had started to decrease because she had been taking hormones and stuff, and so she didn't have the body build of the fact that she used to be a man, and the fact that she had been training and working out and eating like a man for the past 20 something years of her life. Like, the last 3 to 6 months, they said her muscle mass had started to decrease. And I looked at that as a defense, and I like laughed out loud, because it's like, you're going to tell me that the last 20 something years of your life, you've been living as a man, eating as a man, training as a man, and you're going to seriously tell me you believe the fact that the last 3 to 6 months that your body mass has been decreasing, you think that's an even amount? Like, I don't get it. I truly am at a loss as to why this would even become like a point of sincerity that people think is fair. Oh, okay, that fits really nice, but I had to seriously adjust, like seriously adjust them straps. Okay, so this is the Dark Root Creamy Mocha. This is from the Perfect collection, Perfect Hairline collection. So it is a 13 by 6 lace front. Ooh, it's a really pretty color. Very, very, very super light yaki, like 95% silky, 5% yaki maybe. And I just think this is such a beautiful, like, I think the creamy mocha color from the Perfect Hairline collection is just a stunning brown. Oh my gosh, I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Not that it matters, but I am almost 5'8" in just like in general. And this comes down, like my boobs are right here. It's like barely my boobs. Oh, I think this is so beautiful. I just, you know, women and men are just built differently, and that's not going to change. Your lungs are so much bigger, and like the fact that you've been swimming for the last 20 something years of your life as a man, your lungs have developed like that. Like, unfortunately, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to women. I love them, but like your height, there is a certain differential level of a height that most women are never going to reach in their life. Most women are never going to have the wingspan and the arm's length and on top of the wingspan and the arm length, the body mass, the body strength to be able to produce what you need to produce when you're competing against other men. In any sport, you're just not going to be able to do that as a woman. Your body limit has your body has a limit to what it's going to be able to do for most people. Obviously, there are exceptions. I'm not saying that, like, Brittany Griner is 6'8", 6'9". Okay, I completely understand that. Like, she's, I don't want to say not normal because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you're not going to find most women, even professional athletes, most women are not 6'8". They're just not. And even then, you put Brittany Griner in the NBA, oh my gosh. Brittany Griner would get destroyed in the NBA. I get it, she's 6'8". I get it, she's been a professional athlete for the last, like, 10 years of her life. I get it that, you know, she's had access to the best trainers, the best nutritionists. But if you put her up against anybody in the NFL, I'm sorry, the NBA, look at like LeBron James, look at Kevin Durant, look at Dwayne Wade. I'm trying to literally pick out men who aren't even like the top of their level at the NBA. You look at Kenyon Martin. You look at Stephon Marbury, and I'm bringing that way back. You look at JJ Redick. You look at people who aren't even like the top tier at their position, but they've made it to the NBA because they are better than 90% of the athletes around the world. You look at Manu Ginobili. You look at Tony Parker. Like, these women could not even stand a chance. These professional athletes of the same sport could not even stand a chance playing against their male counterparts. They just can't. And these are people who have been training for their entire lives in the exact same sport. I'm bringing it back over to swimming. Like, I could not imagine as a parent of a little girl who I've dedicated my time and money, and she's dedicated her life. She's missed out on graduations and proms and sleepovers, and she's missed out on, you know, jobs in the real world, or just anything that has anything to do with just being a normal a normal teenager that is not dedicating her life to being a college athlete or working to the point where she can get a college scholarship. I can't imagine. I mean, women's athletes already, like the scholarships for athletes, I know Title IX exists for what it does, but they already, like most Division I, Division II, most well-named schools, their scholarships are mostly given to the men. Like, I can't imagine as a parent the money and the time that I've put in and that my daughter has put in to be able to get a college scholarship. And you look up and here is a trans woman who's competing. What if she took a scholarship spot away from a woman who was born a woman and is just as good, but because she's not as fast as Lia Thomas, because of the advantages that I believe, in my personal opinion, she still has from the fact that she was a male and trained and competed as a male for the last 20 years of her life. I still believe that those broad shoulders, the lung capacity, the wingspan, the length, the height, the muscle mass, I don't believe that stuff goes away. And if it does, if she has been tested hormonally, that's not going to change your lung capacity. That's not going to change your height. That's not going to change the things that you can't give away just because, and I'm trying to be careful how to word this because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, just because you are now living your life as the person you believe you are inside. Your physical attributes don't just go away. And parents have always been psycho when it comes to their kids in sports. Always. And this was 10, 15 years ago. Parents today, they're looking at the social media attachments. They're looking at the fact that sports are now international. Parents are looking at the fact that, like, the kids are starting off younger, the connections that are being made. Parents were psycho back then. The fact that there's so much money involved in sports now, parents are literally like putting their kids in sports year round. Kids are literally not taking a break. Kids are like, even though basketball season isn't in the spring or in the fall, I'm having my kid play basketball 24/7. Even though soccer's in the fall and not in the winter, I'm having my kid play soccer 24/7 because parents are trying to get their kids to that elite level. Parents are trying to make it so that their kid is able to have all the advantages to be able to be the best that they can be at that level. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. I would feel I would just feel like it's just unfair. I just feel like it's unfair. And it's nothing against you, Lia Thomas, but you were born a man and there are advantages that you have that you cannot just act like they don't exist. And I'm not you personally, Lia Thomas. I'm just saying to the NCAA, I just feel like there are just so many things just not fair about this. They're just not fair. And where does it stop? Like, what if, hypothetically, a parent gives birth to a man, a little boy, and he grows up to be 6'5", 6'6", but decides that, he's ready to start living his life as a woman and decides he now transitioning to a she wants to play basketball for the women's team. Again, there are physical attributes that a man has that a woman, most women will never have. And that's just biology. It's not anything that's rude or disrespectful or any of that. It's just biology. What happens if you give birth to a little boy and he grows up to be, this stud of an athlete, but decides that he wants to transition into a woman? Is he going to be allowed to play basketball as a female and have the physical attributes as a male, but just use that in a woman's sport? I don't think it's fair. And I feel like women in sports have had to struggle enough anyway. This is the first March Madness season where I think the first 2 rounds, this is the best year they've ever had in terms of viewers and attendance for the first 2 rounds of the women's March Madness tournament. It's 2021. I mean, I just don't think it's fair. And as somebody who has played basketball for half their life, if you can do this in swimming, what is to tell, the other sports no? What's to tell them no? Like, and it's, again, the NCAA is allowing this. So it's not against the people themselves that are trying to compete, because, if the NCAA didn't allow this, they obviously wouldn't be able to compete. But it's just, I just feel like it's unfair. And I just feel like it's such a slap in the face to all the other women who have worked hard, to their parents who have spent money, to the players and the athletes involved who have given up their lives because they love a sport so much and they just want it to be on an equal playing field. Like, I don't understand how this is literally being taken so seriously. It does not make sense to me. If you disagree with me, or if you feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, please hop down in the comment section. I'm always willing to learn. Again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Just, I don't understand how this truly can be so legitimate and so legitimized. And again, where does this stop? If swimming is allowing this, what's to say women's basketball won't allow it? What's to say women's soccer won't allow it? I'm kind of at a loss, and I just kind of don't get it. I don't get how this is being taken so seriously. Okay, so this is Jaylani in a 1. I did not cut the faux scalp out of this. It's the exact same wig, made the exact same way. Just a 1 color. It's just something simple and basic. The lace is just super light. It's super light. Obviously, I would have to take tinting spray with this, but the creamy mocha, I didn't really get much shedding. I'm not getting any tangling, but that's par for the course for a straight unit for the most part. But I am getting a lot of shedding. Do wig wearers, do you guys even care about shedding? Because like, shedding is like bottom priority list for me. I don't care. I truly don't. I feel like, honestly, you want to stop shedding, take some heat to it. That'll, in my opinion, that'll kind of calm the shedding down. But it's not something, I would never not wear a wig, or I would never not purchase a wig because of the shedding. I wouldn't. Okay, so this is Jaylani in a 1. You saw Jaylani, the one that I previously had on in Dark Root Creamy Mocha. But this is gonna be the last wig review I do for like the next month. So I wanted to end it with something that I wanted to try, but I haven't tried. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about this unit. We're in spring now, but like, it's still decently cold. We're still sitting at like high 50s, low 60s. So I would feel comfortable wearing this wig out. A lack of humidity, it's not gonna do anything to it. Now, we head into June, July. I'll revert back to my curly wig that I wore in the beginning of this video. My Ariella wig, that I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with this wig. Go check out this video. She's great. And it'll look really pretty on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me. Again, this is not about being disrespectful. This is not about any hate that I harbor in my heart, because I do not. This is truly just about what I feel like the future is starting to look like for sports. And as a former athlete, I just had something to say about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.